Hello, this is Rainbow Rising. Welcome to my YouTube channel. These are messages for the collective. These are channeled intuitive messages that I feel might resonate with people who are on a similar path and on a similar vibration at the moment, and anyone who's curious and wants to listen to another. Because I've noticed we have a problem nowadays to actually listen and be present and hold space for another person, because it takes so much energy to put ourselves in the shoes of another, to see things from a completely different perspective, and it takes patience. It takes stripping ourselves from our judgment, from our perspective, and suddenly becoming this other person and trying to understand things from their point of view. I think it takes practice. I think it's a stretch. I think it's a very, very precious gift when we have someone who actually listens. And it would be wonderful if we could gift other people with the gift of being present without judgment. Wow, this shift, like for past few days, I really wanted to share it so much. I read the world around me like some would say a medicine woman. I consider everything that attracts my attention as a message as a messenger and as a message from my soul to myself. So we are always guiding ourselves. I feel like our soul guides us towards our highest good, and it conveys messages. How it conveys messages, it's not easy to describe it, but I'm just so passionate about it. I want to share it, and even if one person resonates with that, it would be of incredible value. When we open up and grow and shift and heal, we are more and more in tune with the world around us, and sometimes we don't even need tarot cards or readings or any other symbolic messages. We can just look around. And when we look around, anything can be a message. But only we know if it's a message for us or not. Nobody else can tell us. How do we recognize it's a message? A synchronicity. When something's just right there in our face multiple times, or we meet the same person multiple times of a specific name. For example, in my case, names hold meanings for me. They are my road signs. So whenever I meet a person called Robert multiple times, I check the meaning of the name, and I believe that that name conveys a message. It doesn't necessarily have to do anything with the person, but there's a message in the name sometimes. Cars having messengers to me. Cars, someone once told me that a car in a dream is a guide, is our guides. And at some point I realized, like Alice in Wonderland, the line between reality and the dream state is kind of blurred, and I read my reality as I would be in a dream state. So I take things symbolically. So if a car is my guide and I come across the same car after an intense tuning, tapping, meditation, or whatever works for you. I've been doing energetic NLP personally, but any modality or no modality sometimes is the way, whatever works. When a shift is about to occur for me, I usually see an incredibly luxurious car or colors hold meanings. For example, white, or recently I've seen this car, Nissan. I checked the meaning of Nissan, and Nissan in Jewish culture is holds the meaning of a miracle. So I established my language with the universe. So whenever I see a car called Nissan, or a specific like cubicle funny kind of car, it informs me of a coming shift, of a change that I should either take opportunity of, or just accelerate and take action. Some shifts just happen, and to some I'm guided to take a leap, I'm guided to take action and to jump. So recently I've been just accidentally seeing this car that had like LED lights underneath it, and it was shining like a rainbow. And no judgment there, but it's not necessarily my style to express myself through pampering my car, but I understand that this is a free world, hopefully, or it will be, and people have the right to express their joy of existence however they like. So there was this group of young people, maybe teenagers, maybe in their early 20s, and they used to like park in a group, and all the cars were lit up from underneath, and it looked like a spaceship. So I thought to myself, wait a second, this just looks like a total positive acceleration, and all these rainbow lights, and me coming across this group of people and these cars multiple times within a few days. And I just took it as a message. So you might have a completely different language with the universe, but this is how I get informed of something good coming. Same when I see a cubic car with the template 1717. 1717 is like a manifestation portal for me. And I'm just very excited because I feel like this is like an unprecedented shift that is coming, or it's happening, it's occurring within us, right? Because everything has to happen within us first before it manifests and projects externally. So that overlapped, these rainbow cars overlapped with multiple white objects and animals attracting my attention. White dog just jumped in front of my car, and I pulled over to take care of it. White kittens, and me being attracted to wearing white, and a lady called Blanche, which in French means white. All these things are really impossible to ignore when they happen so often, and it's all intensifying. I'm sure you will notice something else that's a signal of a change for you. Like sometimes I can just like constantly sing this song to myself, and then I'm asking myself, like, wait a second, why suddenly this song and not any other pops in my head? That's also a message from my spirit guides. This is how they convey whatever needs to be conveyed. And recently it was the journey, the wheel of time. And some other songs related to letting go. Sometimes kids would come and sing something to me that has a profound meaning. This gives me this amazing reassurance that we are not alone, we are taken care of, we are safe. And that's another thing that's been like growing in me, realizing that I'm taken care of. It's good to say to yourself, hey, I know the word loves me. Sometimes I call the word the mother, and then I ask for whatever I need at the moment, talking to Mother Earth, that I know that she loves me, and I'm taken care of. So that creates that vibration of safety. I feel things just flow and go so much better. They actually like come to us, or we can meet halfway. It's always good to take action towards our dream, our manifestation, but it's also good to have moments of like completely letting go and trusting that it's already here. This internal shift is amazing because suddenly all these keys, internal keys, unlock my interests. These are the same interests that always been there, but I had a blockage. I couldn't make it happen. I couldn't proceed. And suddenly I started singing. I got myself Christmas gifts in the form of art materials. I'm going to draw and paint and express myself. So that was blocked, and it's unlocking, and that's part of the shift. The more I unlock my gifts, the more I'm in tune with other people who are on the path of their own expression, and sometimes their presence, like someone standing in front of me and reciting their poem or singing their song, because they are tapped into their gift, their presence, their mere presence unlocks something within me. Their purity, their alignment helps me be in my own alignment. I find it incredibly nourishing and very beautiful to be around people who live their passion. That passion doesn't have to be synchronized with my passion, but oftentimes it is. And when we meet, and the vibe is amazing, it helps to express the inner goddess. Men have the inner goddess too, and it's just beautiful, and it creates even more trust for the universe, knowing that wherever we go, we are at home. And that's what I want to crown this reading with. This isn't actually a reading, a tarot reading, even though I have cards here. I have beautiful cards here. We might pull a few, but this is just flowing like a river through me, and I'm really passionate about sharing this. I have my insecurities, my accents, not like English is not my first language, and but I just want to reach out through that fog of insecurity and doubt, and I want to connect to those that want to connect to. I know how precious it was when I felt stuck, and just one person popped on the YouTube, and I remember Victor Odo, and I wasn't feeling well at that time, and I was coming out of something really difficult, and I saw Victor Odo, and I could connect through the eyes. The words were really important. He said, "Hi, I'm here to help you with your spiritual awakening." And I knew that was the person that I need to listen to at the moment. That's why, with all the imperfections of this message, I'm really determined to convey it, because it might accelerate and help someone and give someone a helping hand at the other side of that screen. The crowning of the reading is home. I've been getting signs of being guided home, being led home, and I already feel it in my heart. This is a physical foundation, physical home that I feel, but I also feel emotional security and that profound love that I'm being guided with to take a next step. And oftentimes I also feel my ancestors, my grandma, my great grandma. I know that they all took a big leap in their lives towards something better. And I always feel very grateful because these inspiring, pioneering women, they went through so much and they were determined to make their dreams come true, and they did. And whenever I'm closer and closer to love that actually comes from the depths of my own heart, but it's reflected on the outside. So whenever I meet love, because I become love, I hear my mom playing violin, which is the sound of my childhood, when I felt maybe left out because of all these performances my mom was giving. So I was left by myself, or without her, I was taken care of, but I was just at that early age, I was missing my mom. The violin was the sound that, like, I used to cry when I heard violin. And now the more I heal that childhood experience, the more I'm guided by the sound of orchestra, symphonic orchestra and violin, because this is the sound of motherly love that I have balanced and I have worked on, and we all have worked on. So it's very interesting how that sound that used to trigger so much like wounding and pain in my heart is now actually my road sign, as a result of having healed my heart. Healing the heart has always it always required a lot of courage. Sometimes healing of the heart has many stages, and grieving is part of it sometimes, and it's not an easy process, but it's worth stepping into. I have Sophia here in the Oracle of the Rose. Divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. Like, I feel sometimes like the more I allow my heart to guide me and my mind to support me along that process, and not the other way around. I'm trying not to be guided by the mind and just like supported by the heart, but my compass is my heart, and my mind just like gets everything together and gets the things organized, but decisions are made by the heart. The more I'm tapped into that intelligence within, like Sophia indicates here, the more I'm tapped into that universal intelligence that's far beyond my mind. So another card is healing the mother line. Wow, just as I said about the violin, healing mother line, healing ancestral work, growing up. Yeah, so our mother's mother and her mother probably had some emotional healing to do. Not everybody had the tools to do it. Not everybody had a teacher. Not everybody knew how to. Some people are just busy surviving, and they couldn't do the work that we are doing now to accelerate our blossom. So always forever grateful for the loving presence of our ancestors that are here now, supporting that process. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. Roots. The homecoming. Feeling belonging. Knowing, having clarity where the home is. Being the home. Building a home. Plant yourself here, knowing inner peace and no longer searching, more establishing the means to give. And that happens as an integration of healing of that mother line. Number 5 have been like occurring in my life with a huge intensity together with the roots. So this is a change, a new cycle that will be of groundedness and integration and being more of a feminine, pure feminine receptive mode than of taking action as it was before, or had to be before. A sacred union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. As we heal our relationship with ourselves, as we heal our childhood, we realize that the love has always been inside of us, and people coming from the outside were the reflection of self-love, of the stage of self-love we've been at. Maybe it wasn't always satisfying stage of self-love, but this is the time to be loved from another as a result of immense revolutionary self-love. The greatest love of all. There's this beautiful song by Whitney Houston where she sings the greatest love of all is the love of ourselves. And whether it manifests a relationship or not is no longer of importance, because the love is. Either way. The anointed. Answer the call, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. Hey guys, so I recently, it might sound silly, but I used that gasoline called V-Power, and I thought to myself, wait a second, like I feel like this is a symbol for my voice power, and I used to be just so blocked in self-expression, in saying what I think, or giving people constructive feedback when it came to maybe my boundaries. And this all started coming up. There were situations in my life right the same day, V-Power, the voice power, right the same day, the universe gave me an opportunity to express myself, okay? And I came with a passionate expression to a friend of mine, and she right away cut me off because she was so self-absorbed. She wanted to talk about her art. She wouldn't listen about anything else outside of herself, and I was shocked. I was shocked that someone so I considered wise and my elder would behave like that. And I didn't know what was behind it, but I remained quiet for like 15 minutes. I was in shock. I just couldn't believe that a friend of such high ranking would behave like this with with without compassion. And after these 15 minutes more or less of silence, I politely said, listen, but you cut me off, and it was something really important. I wanted to express myself. It wasn't taken with too much grace. It came as a shock, I think. Rarely ever do we give people constructive feedback because we don't want to clash with anyone, we don't want to hurt anyone. But I felt like this V power is it. Like, I'm no longer suppressing myself not to hurt anyone. I was as polite as could be, but I had to say something. And I had to be ready for the consequences. So I thought, okay, well, I said, okay, I'll take some time to myself. So I'll go outside, and I just knew that I needed some space. But people rarely ever get a feedback for their behavior of things. Sometimes we don't notice. Sometimes maybe we override someone, or we are not perfect, right? And it's very beneficial to get that feedback, because next time we can be better, we can improve. But oftentimes people get offended first and appreciate it after. They might even value you more as a friend, as an empowered goddess as a result of that, but initially it will trigger them. But I'm glad that I did it. And today I did it again. I felt like this is my time to speak and to lead a group. And just because of timing, it got cancelled, and I expressed myself. I said, hey, I just said I can do it, so why are you canceling that? And we had a chat. It was very respectful, beautiful chat. And I actually connected with that person even better, thanks to me daring to speak up. But believe me, all these emotions that came up before I expressed myself, and I tried to do it as politely as possible, but I felt angry, okay? I didn't necessarily feel angry with that specific person. It was just that last drop that made my glass of frustration overflow. And maybe it's been building up for all my life. I remember like dancing and being pushed out by other people, like other girls dancing when I was like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8. Now in the choir, we were singing in a circle. People were like pushing me out of the circle without realizing. So maybe our insecurity, maybe my insecurity have been manifesting these situations. Maybe I'm ready to overcome these insecurities. That's why I manifest these situations, these opportunities to speak up. I never blame anyone. I love these people, even those that were pushing me. These are great people. Why this situation happened, I don't know, despite sometimes the frustration and anger that can bring us to tears. I still try not to judge the person. It's not about the person, it's the energy, it flows. It's like a river. It's not the person is not to blame, and I'm grateful that I'm given an opportunity to grow. So, the last one is rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, sweetness of life. Hey, do you remember that joy exists? That you can actually tap into it. You can actually have fun. You can have fun. You don't have to constantly tick your to-do list. You don't have to constantly improve yourself and push yourself. Let's take this moment realizing that this is perfect and we are perfect now. Maybe we're sweaty, and we need to do our nails, or maybe we have forgotten this or that, or write back to this or that person, and maybe we need to hurry because this and that. This is perfect. And we are perfect now. I am perfect now. You are perfect now. And if you can touch your heart and say it to yourself like a mother would to her child, a child is always perfect to a mother. You are perfect now, as you are. This is a vibrational pioneering, mountaineering, mountain climbing, vibrational peak. And there's moments when we vomit our pain, our frustration, but it's worth it. Being in that state of purity and knowing that whatever we do to heal ourselves is also a gift to the collective, because everything is connected. We can't ever cut anyone off. So, vibrational pioneers, take some time to enjoy yourself and go and listen to your favorite song and move your hips, or go for that walk and play with the puppy. Take some time to enjoy yourself.